Good evening, everyone. It's Jeanette Martin, brand ambassador for JD Farms. And it's 6 o'clock. It's Thursday. It must be talking turkey with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've got a spooktacular recipe for you this evening. A little twist that you probably didn't think about. And I also have our winner from last week's contest. So you'll have to wait for that till the end. This recipe today is kind of a harvest recipe, as well as it's a play on a dessert, but for a dinner. So we are going to make, I'm going to make apple using the ground turkey. This is the mix, so it's got a mixture of thigh meat and the breast meat in here. We are going to put in a little bit of your classic ingredients that go into a turkey meatloaf. A little bit of celery, a little bit of carrot. I've got some garlic because it is a spooktacular recipe and we got to keep those vampires away. A fresh spring onion or green onion. Our spices. Going to use a little bit of the JD Farms poultry seasoning in there, which is available, when you do your online grocery shopping, and a little bit of the Matto seasoning. The Matto seasoning has got the cranberry in there. It's got some Himalayan salt, some turmeric. It's got all great ingredients in there. So it's very handy to have. And a little bit of mozzarella cheese. So I've already made one apple, and I want to show you how I did it. I don't have an apple core at home. I thought I did, but you know what? You have to use what's in your own home kitchen. So these are about a medium size. If you take a look at my hand, about a medium size Gala apple. And let's prepare the apple. First of all, I'm just going to go down with my knife to kind of get about, I would say, if we took a look, about 1.5 centimeters or 2 centimeter shell or empty apple. So just want to start it. Then I found this is a, believe it or not, olive spoon that you stick in the jar of olives and you're able to drain the brine out. So I'm like, this is going to work really well. And I want to dig in there and get all the core out and all the seeds out. So I don't want to see any seeds in there, but I want to leave the bottom, because of course we want it to bake and not to fall apart. So I'm basically, there we go. That worked really well. So you know what? You don't need an apple core. All you need is a good sharp knife and an olive spoon. So we've got those ready. I'm going to set those aside. Let me get rid of this apple core mess that goes into recycling. So this is enough for 2 apples. I've got 1/4 pound of the mixed ground. I just started chopping up a little bit of my green onion in there. So I'm going to chop up a few more. Let me know where you guys are coming from. If you've got any questions about any of our products, if you wonder what to make for supper, or if you've got something in your freezer, one of our turkey products, love to chat with you about that. So the green onion, it's chopped up pretty fine. If you didn't have a green onion, you could use a scallion, a shallot, a small shallot, or you could use a small 1/4 of a white baking onion or a yellow onion. Okay. So in here, I do have a very fine grater. So this is a small carrot. Because if you think about this, we want everything pretty small in texture because we want to be able to stuff it inside that apple. So I'm just grating up this little bit of carrot. So overall, I would say this is about, say, a tablespoon of the carrot going in there, watching my fingers. Take that piece out. Okay, that nice sweet carrot in there. Let's chop up the celery. Again, I want to cut up that celery really fine. About a 1/4 inch dice in that celery. Nice and fine. So overall, about a tablespoon, again, of finely diced celery is going into our bowl. you guys want to say hi, you're more than welcome to say hi. I'd love to chat with you. Normally you see me always slicing up garlic, but because I want the garlic to be very well incorporated in this and I don't want big chunks of garlic, I'm choosing to use my garlic press. Give it a nice big squeeze. There we go. It's going to get nice and fine in there. I'm not going to have any big garlicky bits. Okay, of the JD Farms poultry seasoning, going to add half a teaspoon. And of the Matto seasoning, get this package open. Again, let's go a teaspoon of this, because it's got all those great spices in there. So get that in there. Nice teaspoon of that. Was that a teaspoon? No, you know what? That was a sorry. That was, yeah, it was half a teaspoon of the poultry seasoning and a full teaspoon of the Matto seasoning. And let's get about a tablespoon of the mozzarella. If you had a cheddar cheese, you could use a cheddar cheese as well in here. You want to get everything nicely mixed in the bowl. Not over mixing it, because you never want to over mix when you have a ground meat. So you don't want it to get tough. Okay. And you see it's very well mixed in there. And kind of put it all together. And you want to kind of divide it in two. And we'll bring back our apples. Got a little bit of carrot out of there. And we want to stuff that apple with that mixture. And it can be a little bit higher, because the apple's going to bake down. It's almost like a little bit of a meatball on the top there. Now I'm going to pour this one out just a little bit more so I can get a little bit more of that meat mixture in there. Stuff that in there. So you'd want to serve this maybe with a nice side salad or a nice piece of crusty bread, because this apple is going to get nice and softly baked. There we go. And there, I'm just going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. And to top this off, to give it a little extra special, I went to Cranberries Naturally, and they have this mincemeat, this cranberry mincemeat. It's got beautiful warm spices in here. So I'm just going to take about, half a teaspoon or so on the top. And move that around. Maybe it's about a teaspoon. And that's just going to melt into it. And I will bake this in an oven, probably about 350 degrees for a good 45 minutes, 45, maybe an hour. I want the apple to be very soft, and it will kind of compress and come down. I might cover it with a little bit of tin foil to begin with to get the steam, but we want that apple to really bake and get nice and sweet, and the meat to cook all the way through. You could take a meat thermometer and make sure it reads at 165. That way you know that your meat is cooked. So there we go. We've got a nice spectacular stuffed apple for our Halloween. I'm going to make these, put them in my fridge, and then make them for tomorrow. So I'll take a picture of them now, and then when they're baked, I will let you know and take another picture and let you know what they look like. So there we go. Nice and easy, simple, great way to use up some apples and that ground turkey meat. So without further ado, let's find out who won our contest. Remember last week you had to watch the video and find the little pumpkin emoji, or put a pumpkin emoji into the comments, and you had a chance to win a $10 gift card. So let's find out who won the gift card. So our gift card today is going to, congratulations, Pamela Riley. You have won a JD Farms $10 gift card. So please, if you're watching this, Pamela, send us a direct message with your address, and we'll make sure we get this into the mail for you. So I hope you guys will make this spectacular stuffed apple with the JD Farms turkey and mozzarella cheese and the beautiful spices, the poultry seasoning, the Matto seasoning with celery and onions and carrots. It's just really delicious and very different for an evening meal. And top it off with a little bit of the mincemeat cranberry sauce coming from Cranberries Naturally in Fort Langley. So there we go. Enjoy the night, everybody. See you back next Thursday for another edition of Talking Turkey with me, Brand Ambassador Jeanette. Enjoy your weekend and spooktacular weekend, and have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy, everybody. Bye-bye.